Okay, just before we kick off the Masters of Destiny tournament here at TRBBL, I thought it might be quite nice just to have a little look at some of the teams, the runners and riders, see what we've got. There's a wide range within the teams. Well, it's mainly orcs, right? But it is a wide range as far as TV goes. We've got some stunting there. We've got some wild cards in there with some fresh teams or teams with just a couple. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to run through each team, have a little look at their builds, and take it from there. So this is Azzy's team, who ought 55. Let's have the team roster. So we've got our 4 blitzers, 4 black orcs, linemen's thrower, 2 throwers. Okay, interesting, and a troll. So they pack a punch. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9 might blow. How many guard they got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slightly lacking on guard for orcs, but it doesn't matter. Like, if the opponent's players are off the pitch, you need less guard, eh? We've got a black orc, a blodge black orc here, and no major injuries. A couple of blitzers, agility 2. I guess they're just going to sort of stand there and hit things. Any other standout players? Well, 2 throwers. 1 to create a passing game here, I guess, with strong arm. And I'm trying to spot a receiver. Goblin, potentially. Does he have catch? No, he has short feet. Okay, happy to go with the edge free catch as a kind of like a little bit of a get out. So overall, pretty solid orc team. High TV 1950. That's up towards the upper level of the teams who are entering. I expect this team to do well. Really, I can't imagine anyone particularly wanting to face this lot, especially in the first round. So I would imagine that they would definitely probably get towards the later stages, semi-finals, finals, something like that, maybe. Right, let's have a look. Oh, this is my lot, the Jolly Nice Boys. Goblins don't have that much going on. A couple of guard, trolls. I've got a dirty player here who is probably the key player within the team, pretty foully. And then I've got the guy who can be thrown, like +1 movement, sure feet, probably be on the bench a fair bit unless he has to go on. Bit low on roster. I might go up to 14, but there's some space for some stars to come in and do their job. So this is 14-3-3, so they had a pretty good run until I retired them. Just to go back to Azzy's, I forgot to check what his stats were. 12, 7, 10. So kind of middly. I would imagine that's probably kind of a slow start, and then build, or maybe tailed off at the end and just sort of lost interest a little bit. Okay, let's see who's next. So we've got Bolter Plop here with Cretaceous Genius, Lizard Team. Statistics. 12, 7, 7. Decent. It's always hard at the beginning with lizards, eh? They've got no skills, a lot of strength but no skills. Okay, very nice Crocs. Look at that. Guard, stand firm, block. We'll just be able to sort of dominate the pitch, get in the way, possibly even throw a few hits reasonably reliably. This is where the problem in the team is. Well, probably these 3 actually. Really, Saurus without block, there could be a bit of a liability. 3 rerolls. It depends how they're used. They might be used more for positioning, but we'll see. This is probably the ball carrier right here, eh? Movement 9, sidestep, sprint. We've got an annoying skink as well. Diving tackle. We've got 2 diving tackles here. It's quite good defensively, but I always have some issues with the kind of low strength diving tackle, because unless it's at that key moment when someone needs to really break through, they just get twatted in the face, and because of stunty they die a lot. So I think this is almost like a team that's on its way, isn't it? It still needs some development. If it can get the right start and the Crocs can turn up and really kind of sort of do what that Crocs needs to do, then they might be able to push on. Like this Saurus is just 1 point off SBP. We've got a Skink who is 1 touchdown away from levelling. It's lacking tackle as well. I think most teams have a little bit of dodge, so it's going to need some powers being rolled. So a challenge, yeah, but still a decent team. Right, what we got here? More Orcs, and this is Daxa with the Greentown Gut Squishers. Okay, 558, so a negative record. Casualties inflicted 31. 37 sustained. That is a lot for Orcs, considering in those games, in 18 games, they're taking, well, that's just over 2 a game, which is pretty high. Let's have a look at the team. Okay, it's a big roster. Oh, we've got to miss the next game here. Maybe Daxa will drop me a line and say he'd like to go to the Elven Emporium and we can clear this off for him. It's also very big. So 15, question is, do you actually need 15 players in an Orc setup? I'm not sure. Look here, okay, that's a nice killer. And we've got a couple of guard support and a newish sort of blitzer. Black Orcs piling on with guard. I'm not sure about the synergy there. Personally, I don't like to leave a movement 4 piece on the floor if I can help it, but there are moments. I would probably have preferred to see either Mighty Blow or one's taking guard after, so probably Mighty Blow here. Let's just go back to the roster. What else we got? Block, very nice. Oh, this is a lineman ball carrier. Movement 4, very slow. I think he might struggle with a running drive with a movement 4 ball carrier. Even though the agility is great, he might actually try to carry on the thrower who can move 4 to 5, makes a big difference over, say, 8 turns. Couple of goblins, that's nice to see. Decent for fouling, decent for throwing, and a pretty standard troll. Guard, stand firm, that's all he needs. I would consider, to make this team slightly more competitive, possibly losing a lineman and maybe one of the goblins. I just think it's a little bit big, but we'll see how they go. We'll see how they go. With the right matchup, they could do very, very well. And a 1640 is reasonably slim TV. Okay, Pony of Doom, where Orcs dare. 1430. Oh, look at that. That's a very nice record from 11 games. 641. Let's have a look at what we've got. Okay. So this is a great ball carrier array. Strength 4, movement 6. I imagine Mary Ellison runs them in quite a lot. Let's have a look at touchdowns. 5 touchdowns out of something not as high as I would have thought. Maybe there's a bit of versatility. Maybe the thrower carries the ball and then hands off to a blitzer, or worst case scenario, throws to a blitzer. That we've got a couple of tackle, very good against the standard teams that are going to be coming up. Got a bludge, might blow piling on blitzer. I guess when the double came, got a double here as well, just likes to go with the bludge. Jump up might have been quite nice here as well. Synergy's nice with the piling on. And or tackle is the other one, but it's decent. The Black Orcs are slightly underdeveloped. There's a lack of guard in this team, since it's weak point. If they can stay together, they should be alright, but if they get split up, then I think they might struggle to keep the ball secure within the cage or to screen it off effectively. 4, 8, 9, 10, 11. So just 11, just 10k. Really, he's going to be looking to get another player in there to get up to 12. 11, it's all right, but it can quite easily go wrong if you lose one or two. We'll see how they go. Okay, who's next? Benny with the not frogs, they're Kislev. Everyone knows that, right? They just have exactly the same stats as frogs at all times. But Games Workshop tells us they are not frogs. What have we got? One, oh, lovely. This is a lovely piece with the guard and the agility getting in there for 2. I'm surprised, Benny, that you haven't got any wrestle or strip ball on this team. Like, you've taken 3 block here. Surely one of them should be wrestle or strip ball, or 1 wrestle, 1 strip ball, 1 block, something like that. But I've always struggled with Slan or Kislev, so who knows? What are your stats like? Unbeaten Kislev. That is truly impressive. I will probably kind of shut up at that point and say I don't know how to build these teams anyway. 1540. They're so expensive, aren't they? 3 blitzes really bumps up the cost. There's a lack of hit and power on these ones. It's quite nice to build one as a killer, get a bit of mighty blow on the team, give you a bit of chance to hit back. I find that Kislev always sort of disappear, but very good record. You've got some nice, I think this is your key player. If he gets removed, I think you're in trouble. I don't really see you being that comfortable getting the ball free. But guard is the key, isn't it? But yeah, I'd say some wrestle and strip will go a long way to improve this team. Okay, Kemi, Ogres, right. Let's have a look at your stats. Okay, Drawmeisters, fantastic. 252. I mean, it's not bad for Ogres, is it? But really, you're going to need to be winning some matches in this. Whoa. Okay, 3. Are they all Ogres? Yeah, 3 block Ogres, fantastic. Very good. And a ball carrying Ogre as well. Look at that, block, agility and movement. So once he's got the ball, it's probably quite hard to get it off him. God, Nobler, fantastic. Can get in there, a couple of diving tackles. Yeah, I think in the right matchup, where they're maybe receiving and they can do that a bit of pain. So take for example an Orc team with 11 players or a stunty team. They might be able to really make some inroads into it with the block on the Ogres. You've got a break tackle here as well, which is really nice. But it's a big roster. I'd cut a Nobler. Probably this one. Yeah, Nobler with Nick. You don't want that on your team. I would cut that one. I would probably cut Lonely as well. Yeah, I'd cut definitely yay for Corona Cup would definitely go. Probably for me Lonely as well. Gives a little bit of space for it to bring in a star against some of the high TV if you want to. Yeah, I'd be interested to see how this lot get on. I do like Ogres. But they're basically the worst team in the game because they're so dicey. Right, Happy Thoughts, Norse. Okay, 4-1-3. Okay, so they're a young Norse team. Again, we've got a miss next game here. Westy, if you want to get in contact with me, we can get you into the Emporium and get that cleared off for you. So you can have both of your Berserkers for round 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so they're already coming in with a loner. They're going to have to play with inducements, aren't they? And see what they can do. But it's such a young team. There's nothing much that can be said. Might blow, fine. A decent runner, Blodge. Again, guards. I can see why you're taking it because you need the guard on the team. But if that is your ball carrier, you're putting a guard player in contact on quite a regular basis, which can lead to a lot of damage. Kicker, a bit more mighty blow, and 1 tackle. I think this team might struggle, if I'm honest. Some, especially if they draw one of the big boys, where they're kind of like a million TV down. That's going to be really bad, because obviously Norse, what they want to do is be hitting things and taking it out. But it might mean we get to see Cheney. I love Cheney. He's one of my favourite stars, and he can really turn a game in your favour, and a bit of maybe some bribes, dirty player, bang, 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 off they go, and then Norse can do the Norse things. But I think with the knockout structure as well, it's very easy for this team just to lose a few quite early, and then just sort of snowballs from there. Okay, right, Inner Beauties. Chunks, so not bad for Nurgle. Going from the start, you're always going to sort of struggle, aren't you? Let's have a look. Start with a draw, a loss, a win, a win. Yeah, so you can see as they slowly start to build up. Where are your players? Where are your players, Trunk? 10. I guess you're just filling out on rotters, aren't you, really? I would like to see another pest on this team, if I'm honest. I like the movement, the speed that can bring, give couples on. So you've got a killer in the making. If you get through the first round, you might be able to actually get those 6 SPPs and get a bit of claw. If you're really lucky, you might hit one of the stunty teams first round, and then you get the claw, and then you can have a go at the orcs a bit. Yeah, perfect beast, stand firm. That's all you need, isn't it, really? And the warriors are all developed, which is great. 4 block. Okay, this is pretty solid. Yeah, I would add a pest to this team, I think. I know people say, well, I'm not going to add one till this one sort of levels, but I think you want to focus on this one leveling and have the other 2 as well. You need one as a ball carrier, don't you, right? And then you've got one who can maybe develop into slightly utility, but you need the speed. Like those matches where you get sort of a bit bogged down, things happen, you can't progress, you're going to really need that speed to develop and get down there and maybe get a bit of a screen. Otherwise that might lead to a few issues, maybe draws, maybe then you're going into overtime, and who knows how that's going to go. It's a bit basically a coin flip, isn't it? Rotters don't have anything. I'd like to see a dirty player rotter on this team as soon as possible. I think that could add a lot to it. So yeah, I mean, it's young Nurgle, it's hard, but the fact that you've blocked up all of these warriors, very impressive. Be interested to see how they go. Okay, right. This is one of the wild card teams. So we can see here, no matches played. Brett's. I mean, there's not much to say here, is there? 2 rerolls, Puffcurry, 4 blockers, 3 blitzers, and linemen. You're going to get inducements. Be interested to see how Chess gets on with that. How he uses those inducements. On their day, they could be really, really good. The Dauntless is key. They could be quite solid, but they really need a bit of development, a bit sharpish. So they might have a good game, round 1. If they get a good game and they can get a skill or 2, then they can really push on from that point. We might even see Griff come in. You know, he'll break your heart, but he is an amazing player. Okay, let's go here. Pyro is also coming in as a wild card with no games played. Now Pyro took Orcs, I think it was, to the final of the main league. So he's quite used to running teams with inducements. So again, pretty standard build. You've got your 4 gut runners, 2 storm vermin. Thrower, yeah, I can see it, especially as a start. I agree with no rat ogre. I know Pyro's a good coach, so it's rats, isn't it? They do rat things. If they don't die, they tend to win. So let's see whether they die or whether they win. Okay, so that's all the teams that we already have in, and then if we go into invited ones, we have Eck with Grubsnick's Boys. Stats 1954. Very solid, very solid. Let's have a look. So I can see quite a lot of guard here. We've got 7 guard. That's quite nice. We've got the troll, a single goblin who has, is that sure feet? Yeah, sure feet. So I imagine it's plan B for this goblin. He's the one that's going to go airborne if and when it's required. Black Orcs, quite nice. Block, a couple of guard, 1 mighty blow. Oh, very good thrower actually. Blodge, accurate. So gives the outlet if that's needed. So what I like about this team is it seems to have options within it. Obviously, it's high TV, and that is represented by the build within the team. But it's got options. It's got some strip ball here as well. It's got a frenzy to control the pitch. We've got a bit of agility. We've got a bit of strength. This team's got a bit of everything. I really like this team. I expect them to do very well. And if you don't, we'll have to have words. All right. Okay. Stance of Fling. Ninja, your lot. 23 losses. Fantastic. Gotta love it. 5 wins, 6 draws, 23 losses. That is classic. Halfling. I can't wait for the new stuff to come in for the halflings with the new version, with all the access to the stars, because it really sort of changes what they can do. I play halflings in my tabletop league, and they're a huge amount of fun. Let's see what they've got. What is this? Is this Hail Mary? No, kick off return. Okay. So this is the carrier. Hanging back. What else we got? We've got sure feet, fling. Sure feet, and sprint. Okay, I like it. It's movement, isn't it? It's movement based. We got. Is that a multi-block? Multi-block for Gordon Ramsay as a first pick. That is a bold first pick. Guard and break tackle. Break tackle is good. I usually go with it on my halfling teams, but I also hear people say that they don't like it because then you're going on a 1 in 3, aren't you? Really, you need a 2+ and a 2+ for the dodge as well, which can eat up the rerolls. Although you are starting with 2, and I imagine you get a chef in most of the games. My goblins got some previous with this lot, having killed all my trolls, which Russ will often remind me of, even though I try and block it out. But I like the guard. I like the guard here. Guard, break tackle, grab. I like the grab. Again, it's like pitch control. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. I guess a couple of stars brings up to 14. I'd add a fling in here, actually. Yeah, why not? Where's my jumper and all that? Alright, nice. Then we've got the Lost Leader. I think this is another wild card. Yep, just coming in with 2 games. Just taking tackle. Got a couple of skills, still waiting. This might be Mighty Blow, excuse me. This might be Mighty Blow, and I imagine this will be block. Again, it depends what they end up with. If they draw one of the hardcore orc teams, I think they will be on hide into nothing. If they get one of the better draws, like maybe one of the stunties, or like ogres or goblins or halflings, maybe even the Kislev, they might be alright. They are a long shot to go all the way. And we've got another wild card team. These have 2 wins. Avit, Mong Strength. So they've managed to get a couple of skills out of 2 games. Tackle and block for a little bit of skills on the front. Same thing sort of applies to this lot. It depends how they go. They might have some luck. They might get the right draw. The dice might go the way they need to. But if they get the wrong draw, they're going to be really up against it. And they'll have to use their inducements really, really well. I mean, you never know, but inducements fundamentally aren't supposed to even out skills. I'd always have skills over inducements every day of the week. But, you know, why not? Orcs are quite solid, so they've got a good run. If you're going to bring in any sort of fresh team, then I think you want something that's got that reliability built in, and that's one thing that Orcs generally do have. 3 rerolls will maybe be able to deal with the Black Orcs not having any skills. And finally, the Dark Judges coming in at 2020. That is high. Okay, and you can see why. So 38 matches played, 21 wins, 6 draws, 11 losses. Whoa, okay. Look at this. 2 strength 6 mummies, strength 4 white. Okay, I need to break this down a little bit, and it's all out of order for me. It does my head in. Okay, lots of judges, Judge Fear and Judge Mortis. So, Mighty Blow. So this is like your support piece, getting where it needs to be, and do your thing. If someone can't get away from him, it gives him a hit with Mighty Blow. This is your Blitzer. Yeah, I think that's your Blitzer. And then you've got your mummies getting in space. This is an amazing player. Look at this. Strength 6, guard, block, grab. That is a lovely, lovely mummy. Okay, and then we've got a skeleton. I imagine, not quite sure why I brought a skeleton in, because you've got dirty players here. Often when people bring a skeleton, it's for the movement, right? And they have dirty players. Maybe he's going that route, and these ones just skilled faster. Zombie. So then we've got a kind of a utility guy, block, kick, dirty player. He's quite expensive though to be found with 100k, but it's a 14 player roster, so you can go for it. And then we've got this zombie. I think that's a niggle. Yeah. Block, dirty player. So obviously took dirty player, then unfortunately just skilled again. Block zombie. Maybe a wrestle would be nice on one of the zombies. Just give an option. You've got a ghoul down here with wrestle and tackle though, so yeah, okay. And you've gone with the 4 ghouls. This nice ghoul just might blow at the end as he rolled the double, I guess. And a diving tackle, but AV6 makes some bit of liability. Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, I'm not sure about that one. I think he's a bit of a liability. I'd probably cut him if you're at that sort of high TV. You wonder how much he really adds to the team. But I think this is a really solid team. Like, these mummies are amazing. Really, really good under team. I do not want to play this team. I'm sure other people do not. So that's just kind of a little bit of an overview of the different teams that we've got coming into the tournament. What I try and do is I try and cover some matches. I will try to do some like kind of mini recaps to see how it's going through the tournament. It often depends on time and things like that. So if anyone else wants to get involved and throw some videos out there as well, that would be great. Okay, so hope you enjoy it. Once everyone's in, I'll be doing a draw. What if it takes a couple of days to get everyone in? I'll probably still start it. And then have the deadline 2 weeks in today, but give extensions if required. What I'm trying to avoid is not kicking off until the main league round rolls, because I don't want the 2 games, so your main league and this one, to come up at the same time. So we'll see how we go. We've only got about only 5 more to come in. I've messaged everyone, so hopefully it won't be too long. Okay, so I'll see you all on the pitch.